Sumi, waiting they happen.
Franchise, how are you? Awesome.
I used to believe we were running on the edge of
Just a children's day. Just a children's day. I was telling this man choreography on. This is colorful. This is standard. Beautiful. Can you see your display? Watch what they are going to write now. These are the children, and they are saying, well done. Rising light. Beautiful. Children of the kingdom, shining like the morning. What a wonderful display. Only the children.
That and this year team, May 27, choose kindness, reject bullying. That means to say, make you take kind to our children, then make you reject bullying. You go see I'm saying, for our houses, even for the school, bullying there for house, bullying there for school. But make we reject all this bullying and make we choose kindness.
Goroti oye! Mother Goroti oye! Which school is this? Imagoro oye! Imagoro oye! It's a college oye! It's a college oye! They say no, be champion. Stand up for the champion. You don't win again, no. 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 Which school is this? Leisure College.
For Upper? For Upper Sakoma? For area for Upper? Niger College. How are you today? What's your name?
Sulemet.
What class are you?
SS2.
SS2. This year team is choose kindness and reject bullying. Is there bullying in your classroom or in your school?
No.
So what do you have to say to people, even your brother, your sister, even in school, who tries to want to bully someone?
They should stop.
Stop.
Yeah. Stop bullying. Yes.
You prefer kindness
Yes.
than to bully her.
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to advise that they should stop bullying because bullying is not good. You bullying your own fellow mate is bad, like it's seriously bad. You don't need to bully your own fellow mate because you both are friends. You got to stop. So, on my opinion, I would say we got to stop bullying because bullying is bad. Okay, that's my opinion. Thank you.
Fantastic.
My advice for this matter say, you know, good mode they bully children. You know, your good mode they bully children at all. There are other ways to correct children when they misbehave. The other way to caution them. The other way to correct them. So bullying is completely out of it. It's not part of it at all. It's completely out of it. So we must not bully our children.
This matter now, it concerns house too, for house.
My house for start. My house now for start. When we finish for house, we will carry enter market. From market we carry enter street. From street we carry enter our schools. Mostly primary schools, junior secondary schools, and senior secondary schools. So you don't go about the bullying.
So what if FCMA school authority do if they found any child they do this act?
The governor already, the Ministry of Education, they don't already put things in place. What to do to people when they bully children. They are already on it.
So more choose kindness.
It choose kindness over bullying.
Thank you. Correct. Stop bullying. Choose kindness in our house, in our school, primary school, secondary school. Choose kindness and stop bullying. Ogbe secondary school for the Ogbe wey we dey so.
Oh, it feels amazing. I'm very proud to be here. I'm thankful for the opportunity to represent my people. I'm a true indigene of Edo State, a true daughter of the soil. So it's good to be back home and to be a part of the Children's Day. I love children with all of my heart. So to be here, talking to them, inspiring them, it's more than an opportunity. I'm very
Thank you so much. She's my favorite celebrity. Very happy. Happy Children's Day. Happy Children's Day, guys.
Thank you.
I will never leave your side. I will never ever. I dedicate my time to you, my guy. That is not I don't mind. 'Cause you be my dream for life.
What do you want to say?
I want to say thank you to the governor of Edo State for bringing this activity to Cote Park. I'm here to represent my school, Yogbe College. Thank you, Mr. Honorable. Akpabolo, Monday, Apakomisa,
As you can see, this is a calisthenics dance choreograph display. Yeah.
State Children's Day. Edo State Children's Day. I was telling this man choreography on. This is colorful. This is standard. Beautiful. Can you see their display? Watch what?
Never be the same. This kind God, oh. This kind God. Let me hear you. This kind God, oh. They say no to bullying. They say choose kindness. Which school is this? Amota. Amota, stop. Imagoro. Ora do que soy yo. Lari, ora do que. Choose kindness and stop bullying.
Respect yourself. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. Respect what? Don't bully.
Who do you have to say concerning this choose kindness and stop bullying? Is it in our school or in our house or it start from our heart?
It start from our house. It start from house because when the younger ones they cause their elder one, mama and papa go they look them. From there they go kind of enter school. They go they insult themselves, insult their elder people. So now from house it will start. They go kind of enter school. So for school now we want try to stop her from school.
So but it dey happen for school. But you as a teacher, how una don tell the one make una take stop this thing? Now they talk to these students.
We dey talk to them every day for assembly ground. We dey tell them the meaning of bullying. Wetin bullying mean? No be say you cause person that be bullying. No be say you push person that be bullying. E get some kind of words wey you go tell person wey still be bullying. Wey they not supposed to dey talk. Yes.
So you say na our house it for start.
Na for house e for start.
Na we papa and mama na start am.
Yes o.
We no dey separate them.
We know that some dey fear their children. They fear to talk to their children. Say this one you do, this one you bad. And you know say this day now we like say everywhere get as e be. As they give them food they chop. Say no let them talk again say as e dey bad.
Ora do que soy yo.
Oh yeah. Yes. That's Wasunu life. Confirm.
Shut up.
Yes.
Waiting they happen.
Wasunu, this matter, na very serious matter. I dey tell you, na very serious matter. Because you know what they talk so. Even me, I be lawyer, and I be child rights activist. You see, like what I dey tell them, they know they want hear. Lion no dey born snake. Most of these things na the attitude of the father for house. Then they carry come public.
No, barrister, activist. Say now we be papa and mama.
I dey tell you, na snake dey born snake, lion dey born lion. Abi you don see where person plant cassava, I go reap cocoyam. Na wetin you plant, now you go reap. See me now, dey here, see my children dey here. They dey look me now. Anything when you be, na in your people children dey copy.
That no me say I no fit discipline my children.
The best way to train your children, even the law don stop all those beating of children anyhow. The best way to train your children is be the example they want to see. If you as a father you dey behave well, your children go behave well. But if you as a father you be courteous, your man are courteous, your children will be courteous.
No, now papa and mama now they watch us online now.
Yes.
They watch us for television,
Yes.
for Facebook, for TikTok,
Everywhere.
Now you dey start to talk say now from house from start before enter school.
In short, when we did primary school, they teach us for social studies say the first agent of socialization is the family. So most times, that's why they say charity begins at home. Are you getting me? No place like home. Many parables dey about home. So to let you know, say background matter a lot. If you see long tree when long go up, wetin make am long because of the roots.
Okay, wetin come be bullying?
Bullying, okay, bullying na very simple thing na. Bullying na when one pikin or one person dey try to suppress another person, dey try to force a way on another person.
For house or for school?
For anywhere. But for this one, we dey talk about school. Now we dey talk about here now. So the matter, the level be say, this thing is against God, it's against man, it's against society.
Bullying?
Yes, and it's against the person. As you dey so now, if me make the first wetin I want on you, you go like am. And the Bible say wetin no good for one, make we not do am for another. Because that is what they call the golden rule. What is good for one is good for another. Treat others the way you want others to treat you.
See your daughter.
You see that they look me here now.
Okay. You want tell me say if your daughter now do some kind thing, you know if you carry your breast, they whip her.
If me and you dey fight for here now, my daughter see me next time when person interview, I go fight her now. So the best way to train children is not to beat a child, is to be the example they want to see.
They are
so
too
because
stubborn.
my children,
They are too stubborn.
no, they stubborn because they look at our papa, they look us. They look us. They watch the way you take the disappoint. What's you know one thing I discover? Let me tell you what I discover. I discover say, do you know that talking they learn now? You know say to waka they learn now. To waka, pikin they learn to waka. Pikin they learn to talk. Now for study, research, now discover.
Okay, what will be the solution to all this thing?
Simple. If problem dey, you will go to the roots. The best place to solve a problem is to go to the roots. For example, when I travel go Israel, I discover one thing. For Israel, they use simple technique to solve difficult and complex problem. But for Nigeria, we dey use complex problem to solve complex technique to solve simple problem. If you carry this matter go federal government, they'll set up committee. When they set up committee, the members of the committee, all of them go get subcommittee. Then when they get subcommittee, you see for simple problem. So it is left for us to go back to the drawing board. Let parents behave well. Let parents behave like the standard of God.
No, make me and my wife.
Yes.
Make we behave well.
If you behave well, your pikin go behave well. Because lion in the bone.
My wife insult me for the president of my children. I go insult her.
Then your children go begin insult themselves when they don't marry. Yes. Even my children, they tell me sometimes, I say, Daddy, we don't like the way you spoke to mommy today. I will carry my wife, tell her sorry for their presence. They go learn.
So many of us don't do many mistakes.
Yes. So charity begins at home. I know the Bible talk, it say go and do likewise. So me they send you now, may you go do the same thing when I tell you.
I think this menace called bullying starts from the home. When the children watches their father treat their mother and their mother treat their father, that aspect of family life is very important. Yes, because if you don't treat your wife well, the children are watching you, especially the male children. When they go out there, they begin to treat the female children, their female colleagues in school, the way their father treats their mother. So charity begins at home, not outside. Parents should first of all teach their children how to love, teach their children kindness, how to treat others well. You know, when you love yourself first before you love others. So I think it has to start from home. When we teach our children right, when they go out there, they will behave right. Thank you.
Are you saying I cannot quarrel with my wife in presence of my children?
Yes, you can quarrel with your wife, but beating your wife, abusing your wife, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, they're all abuses. Do you understand? And so you can quarrel with your wife, but not beating your wife, fighting your wife, or sometimes wife beat their husbands. Yes. So what I'm saying is this: charity begins at home. Let us as parents show good example, quality example of how to live this life to our children.
Let me just begin for you. Are you trying to tell us now, say, now we, Papa and Mama, now cause this whole situation of this bullying where they carry those schools?
Sometimes we, Papa and Mama, we dey cause them, but most times our children go outside, they learn bad attitude. I know they learn bad attitude, but you know the example you show your children, now you go make your children know the kind of friends when they go take. If you know they keep bad friends, if you as Papa, you know they go drink, get drunk. Mama know they go outside, go to get drunk. The children no go outside, go they follow bad people, they make friends. So if you keep good example for your children go behave well. That's so it be.
So for Papa and Mama now, what it be bullying?
Bullying, for my understanding, for papa and mama, is when a man will open, there's verbal bullying, yes. When a man go open mouth, we call him wife animal, idiot, say as you be, fatty or robo, yeah, thing. It's bullying, yes. Or when your wife they talk to you, you just turn your backhand and give her slap. Yes. Or when you even your co-neighbors, you bully them. You bully them. You talk to them anyhow. You behave anyhow. That's bullying. Yes.
It's nice talking to you.
Thank you.
They say charity begins at home, and learning. We that are educators, we say learning begins from the home, because it's what the children sees. These children that we see these days, they don't do what you say. They do what you do. So we parents, I'm advising parents to be of good character, so that their children, because and in a way you look at the way and manner you speak at home, it determines what your children say outside. You see in Benin that you see a child will say, oh, go kill you. You find out that it is in the environment that because we have different types of learning. We have things that influence learning. So even environment influence learning, and the environment is the home, not the school. So those people, you find out that there are some children that are neglected. The parents don't even know what is happening in their home and all. So if these children are being taken care of from the home, they won't take that bullying to the school. So we parents should, advocating that the parents should put heads together and train the children from their home, so that we from the school can build on the foundation that the parents has laid at home.
They need to teach their children love. Yes, because when you love somebody, you will not bully the person. If they teach them how to love from the home, to show love to people, it will transcend to school.
You are trying to blame we fathers and mothers.
Now we. Because in the house, you see your child beating another child, you will support the thing. And I ain't find trouble. But you tell the child that it's not good, no matter what the situation is, to beat or to hit anybody. Now we, the custom.
One man tell me just say me and my wife not they shout, they quarrel for the present of our children.
They still follow, because you're teaching them that quarreling is the way. It all boils down to love. If you love your wife, and I know they quarrel for house, they know carry and go outside.
They try to support the teacher, saying they cause this bullying for school.
You know another thing, when they beat the children, when they correct the children from school, you see the same parents go school, go quarrel. Why you beat my pikin? Why you correct my pikin? It still boils down to parents. Because before, not be one person they train pikin. In every society, they train children. But now, I beg, leave my pikin for me. No beat my pikin for me. What do you expect?
For children when they watch us now, what will be your advice for them?
They should learn to tolerate and love one another. Who find you trouble, go report. This person, sorry, you apologize.
Thank you, it's nice talking to you.
Same here.
You as an executive principal, when they take off both the students and the teachers, what do we need to do?
The truth is, it can happen either for school or for home. Papa when they beat the wife, na bullying.
Na bullying be that.
Wife when they beat the papa, na bullying. So if principal still dey shout unnecessarily on teacher, na bullying. Even when you dey talk to pikin well, na bullying.
If you as a principal, they shout for your teacher.
I don dey shout for my teacher anyhow, without recourse to respect.
Bullying.
Na bullying o. So bullying be say you dey use undue advantage over somebody who is your subordinate. Na be the thing. Even subordinate fit bully superior o, so they go up, they come down, e dey the same level. Bullying na bullying.
So how will God choose this kindness?
Well, the truth be say we must have respect for one another, have empathy, put yourself in the shoes of the other person. Na be the answer.
I get you.
God bless you.
Which school for the do principal?
Edo College.
Na great school be that o.
Gate 1
one. My dad na 92 years now. He's an old boy.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's a great one.
Engineer, Chief Doctor Engineer Emmanuel Aguele.
Oh yeah, yes. He even get a award.
Yes.
For Lagos.
Yeah. My daddy be that.
That's so.
Yes, very good. I greet you. That your school now, eh? To enter that school now, don't get a CPO.
I God get power.
For people to enter that school.
He not still hardy. Don't know book ready to stay for the house.
Okay. No, if you want to get admission to a college,
don't know book.
No book.
Who you pass?
Who you pass?
Then just ready to go under and read.
May I shock you? You don't say the managing director
of ITV.
Of ITV.
Na mama Afisa Basaki.
Afisa Basaki.
Yes.
Ina Ekobatu.
Oh yeah. Mina Ekobatu.
Okay.
As principal, Mina Ekobatu. Yes.
So to enter Edo College.
Don't know book. I'm ready to stay for boarding school. That's all.
Finish.
Finish. God bless you.
Okay, you did. I could do. This bully. What if be bully? I will take choose kindness. And this bully, now school from start have been our house.
Well, the question you asked me, don't be too.
That's three now.
First,
yes, see camera.
First, bullying is trying to impose your own will on another person. That is waiting there your mind. You go take and put time for another person's mind with violence. That kind of thing, a bad thing. It be the same thing with cultism. So bullying and cultism, we don't fit separate the two. So not be from house it starts. That true peer friendship, the kind of friends when children they make. So a good make school and parents they observe how children take they make friends with others. So may they not go join negative friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Why the parents need to know concerning this bullying? Because they say not be their fault. They say now their fault will be principal.
No, training they start from house. Now parents are supposed to train pikin. First, education starts from the home. That's what they teach us for school. When you born pikin, when you they teach pikin, say if you wake up for morning, make greet who is sitting around. That be education. When they go give them the right one, when they come to school, we will come help them. Because for us, small pikin go do something. The papa and mama go say, "A small pikin, leave her." He go they talk to the one with senior around. He go take wetin concern now, so they take the start. So by the time the pikin the something don't enter the pikin blood, to come stop, they come be wahala. Not be bully o, e plenty o. Wetin they take wetin not be your own. You dey do open eye, they collect wetin not be your own. Na bully o. That's what we see am o. But for school we dey shine because government say no, humanity say no to bullying.
How are you? What's your name? You want to be a police officer when you grow up? How are you?
I'm fine.
I like your uniform.
Thank you, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 7 years old.
7 years?
Yes.
You want to be a police officer when you grow up?
No, sir.
How are you?
Fine.
I like your uniform.
Yes.
What is the name of your school?
Police Children's School.
You want to be a big police officer when you grow up?
No. A doctor.
You want to be a doctor? You want to be Inspector General of Police when you grow up?
Yes.
IG. What's the name of your school?
Ego Secondary School.
Do you like fighting in school?
No.
Bullying in school?
No.
Shouting in school?
No.
Fighting each other?
No.
Waiting they happen.
ITV, certainly the best.
A pleasure to have you join us today on the program Healthy Living. I'm Adesu Walsawagye, and today on Healthy Living we shall be looking at something that concerns you, that concerns me, that concerns everybody, depending on how careless or how careful you are. We're going to be looking at sexually transmitted infections or diseases, as the case may be. And we have Dr. Jolly Nosa Iguma, the CMD of Jonos Medical Center, Benin City, here in the studio to walk us through what sexually transmitted infections or diseases are, what to do when they come, how to know that you have it, and all of that. So, Doctor, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. You don't tell, okay, you told your sister before.
It's been a while.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Jolly. So talk to us. Sexually transmitted infections, sexually transmitted diseases, are they one and same?
Yes.
Okay, so walk us through. What is it?
Sexual transmitted infection is the right thing. But the infection will eventually cause a disease.
Cause a disease, okay.
So by definition, we say that sexual transmitted infection or the STI are a group of contagious conditions whose principal mode of transmission involve intimate sexual contact with the most mucous membrane of the penis, the vagina, the cervix, the anus, the rectum, the pharynx, the mouth, and other adjoining skin area. What it means is that sexual transmitted infection are microbial infection that can be contracted through intimate sexual contact. It can affect man, it can affect woman. It's contagious, that is to say that it can be transferred from the male to the female, from the female to the male. And it's common amongst the commercial sex workers. Not only that, even the distance lorry drivers, those who are mobile, like the mobile policemen, sexual transmitted infection are common among this group of persons. But however, according to Center for Disease Control, the World Health Organization, that made us understand the fact that sexual transmitted infection is very common. They have estimated that 374 million cases are reported yearly.
374 million cases.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes, that's a large number, which includes 170 million cases of Trichomonas vaginalis.
And what is that?
Yes, that's a type of parasitic infection. Yes.
You need to break it down,
yes,
because there are so many young ones who are watching this program right away. So many young boys who are watching this program now, and they are very much into girls, so to speak. So they need to know what all of that is, so that when they come down with it, they will.
We will break it down during the course of this program.
Okay.
Then of this very large 274 million cases that is reported yearly, 170 million cases is caused by Trichomonas vaginalis, as I said earlier on. 92 million cases is caused by chlamydia infection.
Okay.
The 62 million cases is gonorrhea, while about 12 million cases is syphilis. Sexual transmitted infection, of course, is a microbial organism that is responsible for it, that can be transferred through, intimate sexual activity.
Okay.
It does not only affect the genital area, even the other adjacent area of the body, like the skin, maybe even the mouth, especially those who are involved in oral sex or cunnilingus and phallatius. Those persons can also come down with oral, manifestation of the disease symptoms.
Okay, so what are the signs and symptoms?
Yes, depending on the particular organism that is responsible for this sexual transmitted infection, quite a number of organisms, causing STI, we have been able to elicit them. For example, we have what we call the human papilloma virus.
Okay.
We have the chlamydia. We have the episyphilis type 2. We have the hepatitis B virus. We have the HIV. We have the gonorrhea. We have the syphilis. You see, even the pubic lice. So the particular disease, the one I've just named, the manifestation, the particular disease will manifest, the symptoms.
No, doctor, let me take you back a bit. You talked about pubic lice. How does that happen? Lice in the pubic?
Yes. When I define,
I used to lice in the head and,
exactly.
And on the body.
When I defined the sexual transmitted infection, I said it might not even involve the genital organ, you know, concerned. The manifestation of the symptoms might not even the genital organ, but adjacent, you know, area. You see, during sexual intercourse, the male and female pubis tend to, you know, come together.
To rub, yes.
So when a particular partner, maybe the male or the female, abhors the lice, you know, their pubic area, it can be transmitted.
I'm just wondering how lice.
Yes. Yes.
This is funny.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to wonder how lice found its way to that place.
Some persons, you know, that live in a dirty environment, it's very common. They can have pubic lice, as the case may be. So, for example, looking at the manifestation of the symptoms, the commonest symptoms of manifestation include the genital itching. Okay. So, person itch their genital area. And the genital area might be as a result of the lice we have spoken about. It might be as a result of candidiasis. But however, candidiasis, though common in female, but might not be sexually transmitted. It might just be as a result of, you know, concomitant use of, you know, broad spectrum antibiotics, or it might be for the fact that they have immunocompromised state, or maybe they do watching, you know, they watch their, you know, what we call, you know, they watch excessively that is capable of, you know, destroying the lactobacilli, which help to, you know, control the normal vaginal flora.
Now you're going to throw me off again. Which one is lactobacilli?
Yes, what I'm saying is that the pH of the vagina should be kept constant at any point in time.
Okay.
So if for any reason the pH of the vagina increases or decreases, female might begin to have genital itching and genital discharge. Okay. Candidiasis in particular that affects women may not be transmitted to male, but it may result to genital itching. But however, the pubic lice is a common, you know, condition that might cause the itching, you know, as the case may be. Not only that, some persons might even come down with purulent discharge, painful urination, what we call dysuria. And a very common example of STI or sexually transmitted disease that can manifest this symptom include the gonorrhea and the chlamydia. Of all the sexually transmitted infection, the one that has the shortest incubation period is the gonorrhea. What I'm saying is that from the period of exposure to the period of the manifestation of the disease, about 2 days to 1 week, as the case may be.
But I heard that it does not present in women.
Yes, 80% of women are asymptomatic, but eventually they become, you know, they begin to spread the infection just because of the fact that, you know, the genital area of the women, because of the fact that it's moist, they might not even be able to, you know, manifest this purulent discharge, which they might even see as a normal discharge, as the case may be, until the complication will start coming up. And by the time we look at the complication of even the gonorrhea, you will see that, in fact, most causes of infertility might be ascribed to the gonorrhea, which probably a woman contracted during her teenage or during her sexually active age of life, and now resulting to the complication, which might result to tuberous fibrosis, pelvic inflammatory disease, and the like.
Doctor, let's take a very short break. When we come back, we'll come and talk about the complications and prevention and, of course, treatment of STI. Thank you so much for joining us again on the program Healthy Living, and I am with Dr. Jolly Nosai Goma, and we are looking at STI. All right, doctor, at this point, let's look at the complications of STI, because this is one illness or one disease or one problem that people feel very ashamed of. You know, instead of going to the hospital, they would rather go to chemist and say, okay, I better mix some for me. Be like say they feel one kind, and they will not really go to the point. They will go to many stories before they really hit the nail on the head. So talk to us. Untreated STI, what can it lead to, and what are the complications?
Yes,
Dr. Jolly.
If at any point in time, as a man or as a woman or as a boy, as a girl, you are sexually active, and you now find out that you are now having itching, or you are having purulent discharge or painful urination, or you now have a form of an ulcer, which is like a sore. The sore might just be a single one in your genital area, either close to your, pubic area, or maybe close to the penile area in the male, or not only that, you are just having a kind of a lump, you know, a form of a swelling, you know, around your genital area, which could be a form of a wart, as the case may be. You don't need to ignore it. You need to see your healthcare provider for quick intervention, because the sexually transmitted infection could be virus, it could be bacteria. So you don't have to do...
Which is more dangerous?
Yes, it's the virus that is more dangerous. I will tell you that quite a number of STI are not curable. And if you ask me which of them, HIV is not curable. That is the truth. Even mollusco contagiosum is not curable.
People don't believe that there is still HIV.
Yes, and I will tell you that the most fatal complication of those STI is the HIV, which we know can lead to mortality or death, as the case may be. So, for complication, we can have disease condition which has transmitted through STI, like the chlamydia we spoke about, like the gonorrhea. You might look at chlamydia or gonorrhea as very common, but I will tell you that gonorrhea may result to fibrosis in the fallopian tube, because once the gonorrhea is contracted and is not well treated, after some time it will cause complication of pelvic inflammatory disease in female. What it does is that the discharge or the purulent discharge, it tends to move inward, outward to inward, and by so is capable of causing chronic pelvic pain. It's capable of causing dyspareunia or painful intercourse. It's capable of causing, you know, contact bleeding. You can just, the woman might just start bleeding during sexual intercourse, which may just come up, you know, after contracting the STI and is not well treated. Not only that, because of the pelvic inflammatory disease, the fallopian tube will become fibrous, you know, and the fallopian tube is one area in the female genital tract that we cannot even use a surgery to correct it. And when the fallopian tube is fibrous, even if the person gets pregnant, the pregnancy will not move to the uterus. In that case, the person might have what we call the ectopic pregnancy. And the ectopic pregnancy, of course, the baby will not be viable, will not survive beyond 12 weeks, as the case may be. And this might even be the cause of the maternal death, you know, because of the ectopic pregnancy, if quick intervention is not taken. Not only that, in May, we can have what we call epididymocarditis. You have contracted STI and you don't go to your healthcare provider for a quick diagnosis and you are not doing self-medication or you left it untreated. But I will tell you that it might result to destruction of your male, you know, sperm. You know, the sperm is responsible for sperm production. Yes. So, as common as gonorrhea, as common as chlamydia, even syphilis can destroy your male sexual organ, which will result to
before you go on, there's one thing you hear people talk about, particularly this people who hawk medicine about in small vehicles and all of that. You hear gonococcus. Is that another? I don't understand that one. Is that one to STD?
Yes, the causative organism is Neisseria gonorrhea. When they say gonococcal infection, of course, gonococcal, we are talking about the gonorrhea in any way. But I will tell you in particular that the very common one that you hear they're talking about, the staphylococcus.
There's another one.
Staphylococcus is not even an STI. Staphylococcus is just normal skin infection in form of a boil. So once you know, the commonest thing that the staphylococcus will cause is just boil. But it's just that most genital area can also be affected by boil. So when we are talking about the serious infection, we are not even talking about the staphylococcus. But however, when you go outside the medical parlance, you hear people talking about staphylococcus. Staphylococcus is just a normal skin. It's not an STI, it's just a normal skin infection, as the case may be.
I hope people
and
are
not only that,
it
may, other than the epididymocarditis, it can also result to urethritis. So when the gonorrhea will cause what we call the acute, urethritis. And if this urethritis is not treated on time, it might result to urethral stricture, with which the man will be unable to urinate one day. It will just develop what we call the acute urinary retention.
He will not be able to urinate.
Yes, because the urethra has been affected. Yes, because what the gonorrhea does is to cause damage to the urethra. That's channel where the urine will go through. Exactly. Not only that, we have also found out that some women who contracted syphilis, by the time they not get pregnant, the syphilis can cause premature delivery. That is an abortion. Even if the baby is giving birth to, for a woman that contracted syphilis and is not well treated. That is why even in antenatal, when we are for every antenatal patient, we must screen them for syphilis so that they will be treated before they will give birth. If not well, if not taken care of, a woman with syphilis can give birth to a baby that suffers syphilis, because syphilis can be vertically transmitted. What it means is that the woman can transmit the infection to the baby, and the baby will look very sick with rashes all over the body. Not only that, even a woman can even transfer gonorrhea to the baby, what we call ophthalmic gonococcal pneumonia.
So how would the baby look like?
Well, the baby will have a sore, a sore, for the fact that the baby goes through the birth canal, and during that early neonatal stage of the mother nursing the baby, because even the gonorrhea can also be carried, can always under the nails. Exactly. That might be the reason why the mother will infect the baby with the gonorrhea, and which the baby will start having mucus discharge from the eye, swollen eye, sometimes that even result to a cornea laceration or cornea injury, as the case may be. In fact, it's a very debilitating condition. Not only that, we have also seen the condition whereby people that suffer syphilis, because syphilis has a very long incubation period of 4 weeks to 6 weeks, as the case may be.
Okay.
Like for the period of
longer than gonorrhea.
Longer than gonorrhea, as the case may be. At that early stage of syphilis, we might have what you call the primary syphilis. At that time, what you just experience in your genital area is just a small, painless, solitary sore. You just wake up and you start seeing a sore in your genital area. It might not be painless, yes, it's not painful like that. Okay. However, the one that's is differential diagnosis, other STI that may also result to sore includes the episyphilis type 2, but that one is painful. That one is usually more than one. It's just multiple sore. It's painful.
That's around the genital area.
Exactly. Quite a number of STI, like the lymphoganglioma venereum, like the ganglioma inguinale, like the chancroid. All those are will result to painful ulcers. But in particular for the syphilis ulcer, that primary syphilis, the chancre, if not treated at that time, after some time it goes away. Okay. It might become secondary syphilis. It might even result to tertiary or quaternary syphilis.
Okay, at the next stage, let's quickly look at treatment now.
Yes.
Because time is not our friend anymore.
We cannot actually talk about the prevention of an STI without looking at the treatment. So the prevention is the goal. The best way you can prevent and treat the STI is to ensure that you are just careful. Abstain from indiscriminate sexual intercourse. And if you cannot, if you cannot do abstinence, use contraceptive. And the very contraceptive you can use to prevent STI is the barrier method. For a male, you can use the condom. For a female, you can use the femidom. But we've
also been told that the condom is not like 100%.
Yes, exactly. It has its own disadvantage. But imagine because you now feel that you cannot get that 100% sexual satisfaction of using a cover to cover up your genital area, as against now contracting an HIV that is not curable, which will eventually lead to death. So in that case, we have to practice the use of contraceptive method, which is the use of barrier method. And if you cannot do barrier method, of course, you have to look for a faithful partner. You look for a faithful partner. Not only that, you can also
find a faithful partner and you yourself are not faithful. Is that not like frying pan to fire?
Yes, that's you see, when we are talking about the progression of an STI, it's usually carried from one person to another. Females that are asymptomatic, 80% of women that are carrier of gonorrhea and chlamydia, 80% will not manifest any symptom. And most of them will begin to, especially when they have multiple sexual partners, they begin to carry, transfer it, like that.
It to people.
Exactly. And you can see quite a number of complications that this STI will result to. When you see somebody having infertility, they will say your fallopian tube has blocked. They will say you have not producing sperm because this person will have contracted STI and like the gonorrhea or chlamydia in the past, because it was not treated, that has now resulted to this kind of complication.
Okay, Doc, as we round up now, what's our way forward?
Yes. The most important thing is for one to be enlightened, just like this program that ITV has brought to the people to understand and to get educated about the sexually transmitted infection. And once you see any symptom of manifestation, whether it's a genital rashes, genital ulcer, or a form of a sore, or a form of a urethral discharge, or you now see a lump in your genital area, you don't have to overlook it. There's a need for you to see your doctor for proper diagnosis and treatment, other than doing a self-medication which may result to complication.
Okay, a word they say is enough for the wise. Abstain. If you cannot hold body, use barrier. And when you notice all of this that Dr. Jolly have mentioned, run to the hospital, not the nearest chemist behind you or the nearest pharmacy near you. Go to a hospital where you will be duly and properly checked. If not, the complications, you already heard about all of it on the program. The complications are no joke. We'll see you again next week on the program Healthy Living. Thank you so much, Dr. Jolly, for finding time to be with us.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye for now.
RTV, certainly the best.
Some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Ugemobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Ọba Àtọ́pẹ́.
The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
And welcome to another episode of WIC, Women in Conversation, a table where women sit together to discuss, and most times we say things that will help us as human beings, not just women, and we bring in the men just a little and talk about the children, which are majorly our concerns because we're mothers, we're women. Anyway, today on WIC, we're going to be looking at, should I say breadwinner or should I say marriage? We're going to be looking at breadwinner. Let me put it in that way, breadwinner. And we're also going to be looking at communication in marriage. And with me to do that on my right is Chisom. Barrister Chisom, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
And on my far right, I have Abe, welcome to the building.
Thank you for having me.
And then, of course, I have Toyin that doesn't want to change her name. Toyin, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, so quickly, someone said something. Someone said she cancelled her wedding after finding out her husband-to-be is the breadwinner of 3 jobless sisters that have kids, and all 3 show no interest in looking for a job. The question is I'm just throwing the question to you all. Is that enough to call off your wedding plan? Let me start with you.
It's a serious matter. It's a serious matter for real. Because she's going to the marriage thinking we want to start building a new family and take care of both parents or siblings. But this one already made responsibility has been packed, waiting for him or her before getting married. 3 jobless sisters with children,
and they're not ready to get a job.
They are not ready to get a job. That wife can never cope. Because automatically that man is getting married to 4 wives. Original wife and 3 extra wives. Those 3 sisters will become wife and person in that family. They won't allow that lady to breathe. There will be serious competition. I think there are some women that they are angelic. Maybe they can cope. Except if that lady is very buoyant and generous. Very buoyant and well matured. That's the only reason with God-fearing. That is how she can cope. Because 3 sisters with children that are not ready to work, they will shock their marriage. Even that man, that breadwinner, will get he go lost the bread, lost the butter.
Chisom, would you call off your marriage because of that?
Okay, first of all, marriage is not just about, let 2 of us who marry. There's a lot of financial obligation. Like the financial, just put it at 80%. Then the rest, the spiritual relationship, keep it at 20%. But you see that financial part, it has a lot to do. Because imagine if children start coming in, you have to pay school fees, you have to, and somebody is already taking care of his sisters. 3, not just 1. And those 3 are
with their children,
with their own children. The man may even die before his time, because how is it possible to cater for all those people? Then your wife, she will face a lot of neglect. Like there will be solid neglect in that particular marriage. So for me, there is no way, like there is no way I would ever, know that this is what is going on, and I'll still venture into a marriage like that, because I'm not doing myself any, it's not an advantage to me or an advantage to him as well.
Let's take it from the religious aspect of the conversation. Abby, as a religious woman, would you stay put, or you will want to?
Yeah, religious.
I'm just a child of God.
Okay, as a child of God, would you have endurance, would you have patience to want to get married to a man with 3 sisters who had children and are jobless?
To me, I'll find out, because there's more to it than that. Because as a spiritual perspective, we want to find out, why are they not at work? Is it a spiritual issue? Is there some, spiritual warfare that we need to deal with, or fasting and pray? No. I mean, you have to be, from a spirit, we're here for a reason. We're not so now you're saved. You know, God saved you. Now you're here for soul winning. You're here to make a difference. So to me, I've been looking at, and that maybe to me, the way I'm wired is different. I like to bring out potential in people. So I'll see. There must be something those 3 girls. I'll get them working. Yes, they are not ready. They will work.
Abe is going to do the prayers and do the spiritual cleansing.
They will work. If you are not disabled or you are deaf or blind, why why will you not work? Do you understand? There's a way around it. It could be a spiritual thing. It could be that the brother has been spoiling them, and then they'll work.
Okay, let me come back to you, to Tony. You heard what Abby said. Abby said she will get them working. Abby said she was going to dig, further down to find out if it's a spiritual attack. She was going to pray. She was going to fast and all that. Will you do that?
What Sister Abby wants to do is a very good thing. But my prayer is, I pray they will not drain all our energy. That's just it. I have, in my own family, we have half brother, half sisters that have grown up before I can understand that they were actually half. My mom packed every one of us together. We have a particular aunt, half sister. I don't know how you are going to help her that your energy will not be drained. In my family, they know me as a pastor because I will minister to you. I need your soul to be saved. And I need you to not be lazy. Or auntie will drain you. There's nothing you can do. Support her with everything. She will train you. She has a mentality that because you are blessed, you must be a blessing, automatic blessing to her. Because you are blessed, you have to take care of her own responsibility. How can you be praying for me to be blessed without praying for yourself to be blessed? Draining me. So that's why I say, I pray. What you have in mind is a good thing. Because the Bible says we are not two again, we are one. But there's some problem that you can actually prevent before happening. Since, assuming they said they are jobless with children,
and looking for jobs,
circumstances can make them, maybe some, they've lost their husband, maybe some, the circumstances are bringing the children, single parents, the third one, maybe something just happened. Would you pack it? That is a matter of time. But with the clothes that they are not ready to get the job, you cannot force an adult, my sister. They are not children again that you can still train and tame. The adult that has made up his mind that my brother is rich and I want to spend my brother's money, they always see that wife as an obstacle. Well, for
the sake of those that don't understand what you spoke, what is that in English?
It's rivalry. That is automatic rival. It's rivalry. But they are not going to see that lady as their brother's wife. They will see that lady as an obstacle. Because that lady is now thinking he will protect his husband, her husband. And he will protect her children. He will protect her home. The well-being of the entire family. But these ones are just there to make them. They don't care. Many of them. And if anything happens to the brother, they will still hold her responsible.
Yeah, that's true.
So she has the husband to protect. She has the home that the children to protect. So and the sister will be thinking she is the obstacle.
That's true. And one thing is, you cannot sugarcoat laziness. You cannot sugarcoat laziness. So financial irresponsibility, Abe, this is for you now. It has nothing to do with spirituality.
Yeah, I was going to come there.
Yes, financial irresponsibility, they don't align in any way. So you saying you want to go and find out why they are not working, why they are grown. They know that they have to feed their kids. They know that they have to look for a job, find a way to be responsible to themselves.
That's why I said you assess holistically to find.
There's nothing to assess. To me, what are you assessing? Laziness. Somebody is not working.
But there's anything about being an influence and inspire somebody that was lazy and now changing the mindset somehow. And
not having a job is an inspiration for you to get a job.
But people change.
The consequence of not having a job, the consequence of relying on another person is enough inspiration.
It's a mindset that needs to change. It's with education and some information is power to let them know. By the time, you know, you tell them, you know, that, you know, what they're doing, and they realize it's going to take time. That is
you
wrong,
cannot mentor laziness. That's how it works. Mentorship for laziness does not work.
But supposing it does.
When a wife suddenly meets herself in that situation, you are married to that man already.
Before the situation came up.
I can apply Sister Abe's theorem.
But before,
I can. But
if
before,
God says this is your husband,
I see. If God says
that this is your husband, this is the situation. Because
God will hate me that
much. You guys have to see that before God told you to do it. You know, He said He will not give you beyond what you can take. Supposing God has,
they don't put that God for that condition of that story.
No.
They don't put God saying that your husband. I cannot see that. That's a red flag.
It's a red flag. You cannot spiritualize. That's why
I know cases where God will actually tell you that this is your husband.
The cases
and the situation at that time does not look good. But then things turned around. I've seen it many times.
This one,
but I know with the
it's not emotionally that is information that guy don't go there.
Emotionally, psychologically. Okay. Let me come in with another phrase of a question.
Okay.
Now, if you like the guy so much, you like she said, probably God spoke to you that that's your husband, and you like him enough to be his wife. Is there a way to advise him or to let him know instead of just calling off the marriage?
Thank you. It now depends on the type of man that he is. There are some men that you cannot correct them. There are some men, they are very understanding. If I love the man very well, and I see that that is his responsibility, we both settle down and think and plan. I'm working, he's working. Remember, that is his own family. Remember, I will have my own family and responsibility. We have to share it. We place them on salary. That is, I have to drop part of my own resources, his own resources, and put a time frame on it. It can't
time frame of how long you're going to
help. Are we going to carry this load? Okay, madam, you cannot work. We now look at you. You cannot work. Maybe you don't want to be under somebody. But can you say peppermint? Can you roast corn? Granite? Can you say granite?
I'll even give you granite to sell.
I can imagine that. I can imagine that I will give you capital to start something twice. I can't be that foolish. If you fail one, twice I withdraw. And the brother too will surely be drained someday. But that time, if you are not careful, the enmity will be there. Whatever the brother do, the wife's name will be mentioned. So I can manage to some extent, my dear lover or loving husband. This is a big load.
I cannot manage.
Can we do it for just 6 months? Or even 1 year, maybe before we started having our own kids.
Okay, thank you so much.
That is the extent the love can take me to.
Well, I hope your love out there with your man can take you further than Toyin's love. Anyway, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we want to hear from Chisom if she can take it. We'll be on a short break. Still Women in Conversation. We're talking about breadwinner who has 3 sisters, who also has children that he's actually catering for, and they are not ready to work. They just want to depend and live off him. We're going to be looking at that because Chisom was to, give us her own opinion if she finds herself in such situation, what we should do. When we're going to talk about that, we're going to also talk about communication in marriage, and then we'll look at communication in marriage after Chisom has discussed her own opinion. Chisom, please go ahead.
Okay, so my standpoint is still, I can never find myself in such situation because the situation sounds permanent, and a permanent system like that, because they are dependent on that man, the three of them. They do not, in quotes, they are not ready to work. So you cannot pray laziness away. You cannot mentor laziness, in my own opinion. And that is just how it is. There is no how you can beat the urge to go and work from somebody. No matter how you try, it has to come from a self-acknowledgement, right? It has to come from a self-acknowledgement. So for me, I cannot venture into a silent contract that is permanent, because that is how it is. So when we speak about communication, you see that even when Toyin mentioned that, oh, you try to maybe talk to the man, see how it would, there's still a silent expectation that is coming, that you have to accept this now. They are family, they are family. So in spite of that communication chain, there's still some responsibility that is expected of you, not to go against, you know, what their structure in their family is all about, because you're going to brew hate. You're going to brew that resentment from them. So that's my take on it.
Well, you're going to brew hate, because the moment the man decides to stop and say, okay, yeah, I have helped to an extent, I want to concentrate on my wife and my children now, they begin to hate you. They begin to think that exactly, you as their brother not to help them anymore. But I don't think Abby is, you know, is not that she's not understanding, but she's not seeing it from this angle. What's your angle?
No, I think you guys are getting me wrong. I said to look at things holistically, because you can't just abandon situations. We're here to find a solution to an issue. Obviously, there's a problem there, and you're going to try to see what you can do about it. But as Jesus said, it depends on it. If you have a choice, whether to go in that relationship or not, then obviously, you know, wisdom will say not to go in, since you have a choice to whether to marry the person or not. But if, as I said, if you prayed about it as a spiritual, and God says that this is your husband, I heard sister say that God will not do good. But sometimes, you know, before, you know, a situation like that comes, yeah, because to me, when you're saying they're not ready, because I said they're not ready to work, doesn't mean they will never work. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Are you saying in the life you've not seen where situations have been turned around? I mean, I'm not God, but if God feels that He has put something on the inside of you to make that difference in that person, and it's you, then fine. But you pray about it, and if God says that this is not your line, your lane, as we've said before, then you tell the man that, no, I can't go with you with this. But there's a way you can also advise the man, even as a friend to me, even if I don't marry this guy. But I will still try and say, you know, this situation will burden you and will probably hinder you from getting married. Let's see how we can help. To me, I'm here to help whichever way. So, you know, I'm not saying to anyone to just go and get married to somebody with that burden. You know, pray about it, seek counsel. It says in the multitude of counselors there's safety. So to see whether you guys are compatible, or whether it's God saying it or is foolishness.
Or whether it's workable. Anyway. Let's look at communication in marriage. I was saying something before we went on a short break. You know, a researcher said that good women, women don't work out from good men. Okay, they work out because there's no communication, emotional damage, and a whole lot. Is it true that women don't work out from good men? But there are reasons why women work out from that good man. Because we hear people say, he's a good man, but I just couldn't stand him. So there might be reasons why, you know, the lady couldn't stand that man. I've also heard people say, he's a good father, but he's not a good husband.
Mm-hmm. True. So, being good is not enough. The fact that somebody is good, yes, you are good, but there are still other qualities attached. There are responsibilities attached in the marriage. Are you good in that aspect? You might be a good person, you serve God, you're a Christian, but the other part of the responsibilities, are you a good communicator? That is one thing. Because if you want to, because I know that Abby will still chip in the religious aspect in this thing and say, oh, if you're a Christian, being a Christian doesn't mean that you're good, yes, but do you have those other qualities that can sustain a marriage? That's the reason why you see that even in other religions too, there are problems, critical problems in the marriage because of lack of good communication. So being good, being kind is not enough. There are still other skills, marital skills that, you know, are very important that would be able to sustain that marriage, to bring unity and peace. So you following God alone, if you don't have that intelligent quotient and other things to know that, oh, these are the things that will sustain my marriage, then that marriage will definitely crash.
How important is communication in marriage?
Very, very important. I will even say that's the number one rule in marriage. And we're talking about good. Depends on what you see in somebody that will make you think is good. That you are a spender does not make you a good
person.
Some men believe I pay the bills, so you can't question me. And you are bullying the wife, you are pressing on her, and you don't want her to talk because you are paying the bills. And other people will say, because it's responsible to the
He's paying bills
financially, that makes him good. No. If I always say that the best marriage is the marriage of two friends, where we can cry together, we can laugh together, we can talk. And it's only friends that can communicate well without being misunderstood. Some men, you are talking from point A, is coming back from point K to answer you. He does not ready to understand. There's no compression on your compression. Some does not even have patience to listen to you. Once they've married you and put you at home, be at home, be cooking, take care of the house, and give us children for the family.
Provided he's paying the bill.
Oh, that's when he's paying the bill. And some, the husband is working, the wife is working. We both leave the house 6 a.m. in the morning. You are coming back 7, I'm coming back 7:38. And immediately I'm entering, you're asking of your food. Am I coming from a restaurant?
Oh my God, Tony.
But if it's your friend,
yes,
if we have that understanding,
yes,
let me eat gala on the road. Let me even keep one gala for her. So that when she comes, we won't enter kitchen to be married then. And they say he's a good man. People will see him a quiet man in the office.
Because
you bring any trouble to him, he solve outside. He's a good counselor. Some these attributes are even in the church.
Yes.
Abby, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I agree that communication is everything, is key. You need to communicate, because even from your own personal life, you if you don't communicate, you will not understand why somebody did something.
Sister, what God now say you should go to that kind of marriage?
What God will say we should go to?
If you've seen, I'm just putting a question, right? That even when you in a courtship, you've already seen the kind of man that he is, and God is saying go.
If God says go, are you going to disobey God?
Okay, let me come in here. Abby, how do you know God has said go or don't go?
They say you have to cultivate your relationship with God. You know, the Holy Spirit will speak to you. There's, you know, at that level, you know how to hear from God.
Okay.
And then not only that, you need to also accountable. You need to submit it to leadership and say to them that this is what I'm feeling. What do you feel? And it says in the multitude of 3 witnesses, let it be established. So you go to one, you want to the, and if they're all saying no, and you're still thinking God, you need to now go back. Is this really then? Because sometimes you might be confused. But if you're somebody that you know when God speaks to you and He has worked for you, and the things you hear stories, and God said I should do this, it looks really risky, but then it worked out the other way around. Because sometimes it's not. You said faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Sometimes you're not seeing the full picture. it's just like people's that have become prime ministers and things like that. Before, there probably was nothing, or you didn't see that in there.
Abe, thank you. Thank you for the preaching. Okay, thank you for preaching to us this afternoon. Okay, so Chisom, let me come back to you on communication in marriage. Okay, now there are different communication. If you ask me, there could be communication of finances in marriage. The man is paying the bills, and as far as it's concerned, he's paying the bills. So you really do not have anything to say. And when I mean bills, I don't mean he's buying food stuff. I mean, when it is time for vacation, you and the children are out of the country for vacation. You see something like gold that you like, you tell him, I saw this and I like it, and it's paying. But on the other part of the communication, he's not doing it right. Do you want to stay in such marriage?
Okay. I just want to reiterate what Tony said the first time. She said communication is like the key, right? It's the first thing you can even consider. So even if somebody is providing money, you are doing the financial aspect, right? You're doing your responsibility financially as a man.
Who finds herself in a marriage that there's no communication?
God bless you. We have seen something. Before you get to the marriage, try as much as possible to marry your friend. If it's not your friend from the beginning, it will be very difficult to make him your friend. Men has their own way of thinking. Most men do not like anybody to question them. What will you say about man that will beat a wife and then go and buy her a car?
Okay, you're too dramatic. Okay, yeah, maybe the guy is an introvert and the woman is more outspoken. But as I said, as I think we've all been saying, from the beginning stage, you know whether you're compatible. But sometimes the opposite attracts, because to get the person that's an introvert to also get out there, then probably the combination might be, I've seen it before, where the woman is the outspoken, but the man, because you can't have two introverts.
Okay. All right.
So communication can be very creative, but you should communicate. But we're saying you're dramatic, I think the man should use a different kind of word, especially when you know that your wife, is probably a very sensitive person.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Abe. Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Chisom, for being here today. We all heard from them. They have advised us on different way of communication with your partner. I hope you took that advice seriously, or, try to see if it will help you in your own relationship. Until we see you again, I am Patricia Uremu-Gabriels, and it's still Women in Conversation.
ITV, certainly the best.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the live presentation of your favorite current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. I apologize for starting the program slightly behind schedule. My name is Egosa Agbonga. It's always a delight to be with you on the program. It promises to be an exciting time. It promises to be very enlightening. The topic we have today has to do with governance, security, the role of the elites, political elites, in resolving this crisis bedeviling Nigeria. When you hear news from Nigeria, you are disturbed. Either it's a recent kidnap of the sister of a former minister and 2 sons, kidnap of school children, or fake news about alleged kidnap. Very disturbing news. What is the role of the political elites? Some persons will say, oh, everything is politically motivated. That's another very annoying statement that you hear within the shores of Nigeria. Once again, welcome to 60 Minutes Nigeria. I have very distinguished personalities with us today. I have a man that knows the nitty-gritty of the political terrain in Edo State, ADC chieftain, political analyst. Iwanfo Omogbe. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
On the program.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Nigerians. Thank you, Ewosa, for having me.
We also have APC chieftain, Comrade Collins Amadi. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you very much, Ewosa.
Okay. He's smiling because he's a special advisor now to the governor. So that's why he's smiling. Okay, we also have with us Comrade Felix Osigwe. He's a very renowned political analyst, who also knows the nitty-gritty, everything that has to do with politics. Felix Osigwe, nice to have you on the program today.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon.
Okay, so we're going to start with Collins Amadi, looking at governance, looking at security situation in Nigeria, in Edo State, very disturbing. And what's the role of the political elites in all of these crises? We'll start with you, Collins Amadi.
Thank you very much. I know for Nigerians who are patriotic, for even one kidnap, we should call for worry. For even one, we should call for worry. But we also must understand that we are in a modern society where morals have also completely failed, because government cannot do everything. Government can also build morals. When the desperation for wealth begin to grow over the time and parents cannot help to control their wars, we end like this, or we see things like this. When a young man who will claim he's a Yahoo person, for example, or he presses button at age 21 or even less than 19, will have a car worth 40 million on the road, and nobody asks question, how did the money come? Even when no button was pressed. You and I know that even today there is no transfer anywhere around the world in a certain number of currency that can easily move. But you have seen things happening. Even when security personnel, government will want to empower them to check the excesses sometimes that can lead to what we are not talking about now. I am coming there. The people will say, let us protest. Police brutality. Because some of the police too that are supposed to do the job are our brothers who will come all out, not for the main job, but for the bribe. If you don't give them the level they want, they turn it to brutality instead of being professional and making sure things like that are checked. They were no more there. So they were completely failed. System were failing and failing. And when you are not pressing system, you move from Edo maybe to Bayelsa to go and do kidnapping. You bring money. People will say he has hammer. The parents will celebrate the child. And let me tell you, most of this kidnapping that have become almost rampant because civil communities have not taken it now as a profession. Because when they do it, they mount pressure on government to go and release such people, and at the end of the day, before you know what's happening, government dishes out money. Those who are involved, especially their community heads, their youth heads, or what have you. They share money, everybody become rich within that period. After squandering again, they also, in some cases, they are kidnapping their wives and their children, their own family member. Is it not in one of the state, a vice chairman, a sitting vice chairman of a local government? I'm sure you guys are media, you are aware. Kidnap himself just to raise more money from the council, because the council will certainly pay the ransom. Thank God the police went, did their job, and at the end of the day, he was now appealing and apologizing. Parents kidnap their children, not genuine kidnapping, just to raise money. So at times, I think government almost becoming also overwhelmed. That can we continue like this? Because when all of this menace started, I am sure the progressives used to advise that yes, we feel the pain of those that are victims. If they are on genuine ground, government, please do this, do everything to bring them back. Behind, government releases money, they bring them back. Unfortunately, security agencies will not continue, because that is why institutions are good to be built. When you build an institution that is lasting, even when you have paid 5-6 years, they will still be tracing the activities, the money that was paid, where is it dropping, how did it go on. But here, even when you vote money for intelligence or vote money for investigation, someone there who is our brother or sister from our home will just share the money, and the case file will be dumped somewhere, and they are looking for another. So all hands must be on deck. When we shout government, who is government? Government is not an inanimate. Government is practical and functional, and people make government functional. And the things that make government functional are me and you. Today I'm in government. Automatically I'm already a government. But I'm not in government. No, you are also part of government, because you give both government information and give the outsider information. No, I'm not. So you are already playing a role. You may not have been assigned by way of distributing government funds or directly helping government activities to get to the people. What I'm trying to say, we feel the pain. People are being kidnapped, but this is beyond government. Insecurity is a collective thing that must be coped together. When we say it must be the governor, now in Edo, for example, we are very proud with this governor. He's a silent worker, even though he's sane. At the time, there was a lot of cry when some of brothers in Ekpoma and Aziz were having a lot of challenges. For a while, you could see what was invented by the government. People were sending to forest to start ravaging forest. You have seen the result that have come, and that is why when things are also moving well, let's speak out, appreciate, and give more strength recommendation so that government will do more. But not because one thing happened in Oyo State, Kwara, for example. There are some people are saying just because of political sentiment, because you will not also throw it away because it's a period. They are saying, oh, the school nationwide should be shut. The children are not secure. This one are not secure. Government can never secure everybody. Community itself, we must do our best to make sure there is security in the best way we can. Manage ourselves, manage where we go, control our activities to also help ourselves. Because you know the landmark of this country. If we even say, some people move out from the main area and go far rural, you cannot imagine or expect that there will be policing everywhere. It's not always easy. And the unfortunate thing is that people themselves are the one perpetrating the crime that are befalling the people.
Okay, we'll come back to you, Collins Amadi. You've given your opening remarks on this very disturbing topic. Everyone is really concerned because of what is happening. The insecurity is not abating, but rather is giving cause for concern. We also have ADC Chieftain in Edo State with us, Iwanfo. Yes, what's your take on this?
Thank you once again, Rosa, for having me almost regularly on the program. First, I want to reiterate that the primary aim of government is to provide life, to protect life.
Yeah.
And property.
Okay.
And whereby that phrase is not adhered to at any level of government, it calls for resignation. That is my take.
Okay.
My comment here.
Are you saying, you need to put it, are you saying that any government that cannot provide security of lives and property should resign?
the basic.
Is that what you are saying?
Yes, the basic requirement why there is government is to protect life and property. I have been opportune to be financial secretary of a very renowned organization, and when I saw the fraud that they were doing there, I resigned. It's not about having to come to TV to say a particular situation is being overwhelmed, it's overwhelming government and all of that. You know, it is unfortunate that we have not been able to tell each other the truth in this country. And if you look at what has been trending, what has been happening in the past 1 month in Edo State, let us use Edo State as an example.
Okay.
It has been really been disturbing. We're hearing earlier in the 90s or in the 80s where kidnapping was a kind of not really a regular activity. I think that time they were kidnapping white men. And I was opportune to be in Nigeria as at that time, and I mentioned it, that this menace that is being introduced into our system now will come down to us, that government should tame it as it is just germinating. I'm talking about maybe early 90s or late 80s, you know. It was not addressed, or it was not like an issue. But now it has become a situation whereby I can live here today, this studio today, in getting home, you will hear Agmafo has been kidnapped. So we should look at it that way. It is beyond the issue of protecting or talking well about a particular government. A situation whereby a bole seller, somebody selling bole, is being kidnapped. The one they kidnapped in Iyawa sells plantain. The other one in after Ikedolo, that woman is a petty trader from Okoho. So we should, at this point, tell each other outside party lines. Because to me, government or governance is about the people. It's not about goats, it's not about cows, you know. It's about the people, the human beings. Because if you look at our kind of government in this country, we are practicing a representative government, whereby at every given time, one is being selected to represent the people. So it's not about your merit or where you are coming from or your background. Being in government is supposed to be a privilege in this in a modern society or in a modern democracy. Like I always say, democracy elementarily means government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Yeah.
It's not for a selected few.
No.
So to me, what is happening in this country now is becoming a situation of nobody knows where you'll be in the next 1 hour, and it calls for concern. We should remove this issue of party affiliations and tell each other the truth. Recently, I think 2 days ago, we saw the gallant performance of the Nigerian Police Force, how they entered the bush very close to Ofunwegbe and all that, and they were able to recover. I give kudos to that operation. But truth must be told. This government is actually not doing enough for the people. How can a government that is being purportedly elected through the ballot still be singing praises, still be too concerned about the election that is like 6-7 months time, when some other kids, children, are in the bush? How did you celebrate Children's Day? My children came from school to be celebrated. I told them that I cannot celebrate you when other children are in the bush, kidnapped, with no feasible possibility of releasing them. My colleague mentioned a situation whereby government used to kind of pay ransom and all that. Those are all bullshit. Government are not supposed to pay ransom. Put mechanisms on ground to be able to tame this thing. These people are not untouchable. They are not, well, they want mystifying them. From here to where a particular woman from Okoko was kidnapped, it's about 3-4 minutes drive. Where did they take them to? I was opportune to interact with one of them that was in UBTH. She said that where they trekked, the period they trekked from where they were kidnapped to where they were kept was like not up to 30 minutes. So they must not have trekked past even the ward. So what are we talking about? Our law enforcement agencies they are not doing enough. Is it not General Stanley Abacha that said it long ago that a particular crime trends for more than 24 hours? Then we should look at the political class. We should look at about the leaders. The issue that we are being faced now is an issue of a national emergency. There should be a declaration by the federal government on insecurity. The insecurity we're having now, let us remove the issue of party affiliations. Let us confront it wholeheartedly. We should not be too concerned. I'm talking about the issue of the ruling government. They should not be too concerned about the issue of the coming election. Of what use is governance? Of what use is authority? Where the people you chooses to lead or you choose to govern are being killed every day.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Awafo. We'll come back to you. Phyllis Osigwe, I know that you are disturbed, just like every one of us. The situation, the security situation is really appalling. What's your take on this?
Thank you, Mr. Agbolao.
Okay.
Let me first of all use this opportunity to commiserate with the victims of those terrorist attacks, especially the recent one in Oyo State. It's really appalling and so disappointing that we find ourselves in this situation today. You see, part of the remedies of this situation is why the president himself has forwarded the bill to the National Assembly for the creation of state police. And I think they are working on that. The fact is that Nigeria is bordered by 4 countries. As we have Benin Republic in the west, Cameroon, Niger, Chad. And the borders are not being manned. With the manpower responsible to checkmate these borders are not there. I think there's need for us to begin to employ the use of technology. Because we can see that even foot on the ground alone cannot match this rising situation. It's appalling that we wake up every day to see kidnapping, especially if they do not. Every day, even up to my neighbor house, there's kidnapping here and there. And there's need for us to also look inside. Because we keep apportioning blames to outside, but we think, because if an insider does not give an information of the situation, to no outsider will come to do the operation there. So there is need for us to be looking inward instead of basing our solution on targeting other people that are not even within our vicinity. And again, this idea of paying ransom to the victim is a kind of making the market to boom. Yeah. I pray that the government of the day should be able to employ intelligence by the use of drones. Some states are already doing this. Look at Enugu State, look at Kogi State. That you can get on real time the problematic area. Instead of using analogs, you cannot keep doing same thing over again and expect a different result. You must always get that same result. So I'm calling on the government, especially the state government now. They have enough money within their system. They should be able to encourage the creation of state police. They were even mentioning during the campaigns of the president, he was talking about forest guy. Where are the forest guy? Recently, 1,000 forest guys were approved in Oyo State because of this issue. Where are the other states? What are they doing? Can the state, for the money they are using to sponsor talks, to go and do political talking, why not use this same money to perfect this security? And again, this is time for us to stand for Nigeria. This idea of blaming, apportioning blame to one man, to presidency, to the ruling class is, to me, cannot solve this problem. We have to come together. When America was bombed during the 9/11 operation, America did not blame George Bush. So they stood up as a unified country against the terrorists. Nigeria should stand against these people trying to divide us. It's not about politics. Politicians will always do their things, but we are talking of the lives and safety of our people. The fundamental function of a government is to protect citizens, the life and property and welfare of its people. And if a government is failing to do that, you should know that there's something wrong here. But again, Nigeria is big. Like I said, we are bordered by 4 major countries. Look at the issue of the Sahel. The people coming from the Sahel. Look at the other Adamawa, Cameroon, everywhere. So the state government has a role to play, because even the constitutional amendment process, we just still need to tell majority of the state to be able to get the framework ready. So the state government should encourage their assemblies. The National Assembly should do it well, because the president has been reiterating that this is the time for state police. It's not about that we don't have money to pay the or whatever. Set up a state police, ensure that your people are saved. In the southwest, we have Amoteku. But today, the failure of Amoteku not being in Oyo is one of the major problems related to this present predicament.
Yes.
The southwest came together and set up a security league for Amoteku. He refused to sponsor them. When this government has money to sponsor political talk to go and do elections all over the other places, Amoteku is not being sponsored. So there I feel pains that our children are there. I have children too. Like he said, how can we be celebrating? Look at the way they murder the teacher. That it's so painful and so.
The mathematics teacher.
It's so horrible. So this is the time for us to come together as a people. Let us look for a solution to how we can collectively solve this problem. Not an issue of this is wrong, this is not supposed to be, this is the time for us to be united as one Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Felix Osigwe. The program is 60 Minutes Nigeria. We are looking at governance, we're looking at the security situation in Nigeria, and of course the role of the political elites. We'll talk more about the political elites after this break. Okay, what a delight to have you on the program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My gratitude to my guests and of course to you for spending your 60 minutes with us, or part of your 60 minutes with us on the program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. We are looking at governance, looking at the security situation, and of course the role of the political elite. And like I said, we will concentrate more on the political elites now. I have politicians in the studio today, and so they will be able to dissect and comment on this issue. We'll start again with Collins Amadi. Yes. Now, a clergyman recently said if the service chiefs cannot tackle security, they should resign. A very prominent clergyman. Some persons, one of my guests just also posited in his opening remarks that even if government cannot secure lives and property, the government should resign. That's his own position. Now, do you think about resignation, or there seems to be something wrong that probably is not being done to tackle these menaces?
First, thank you for even bringing the issue of the elites. Unfortunately, we have had elites that have become very emotional, sentimental, and in most cases parochial. And why did I say that? How can you see something that is very glaring and you are saying something else? Now we are talking, I don't even want to measure the fact that we are 200 and something million Nigerians. Not even to measure the land mass. Is enormous. But you and I agree, there is need for government to wake up to its responsibility.
Yeah.
But one thing I have over the time emphasized, who are government? All of us. The police is a government. The judiciary are government. The legislatures are government. At little local government people are government. Councillors are government. Even those collecting revenue on behalf of the government are government, as it were. But the major government are those who can take stake on behalf of the people to making sure things are done rightly. Now, the elite will go to the podium, some who are pastors. They will run down the entire system and make Nigeria look it never existed, based on maybe one action that happened. In some cases, we will see them telling you, when they don't have job, what will they not do? I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
I, as a young man, for example, I didn't have opportunity of having my parents around me from age 9. That's primary 4. I started training myself from primary 4 all my life. So to this stage that I am in, I have never gone to police station. But I've been very mindful of the morals I got from my late grandmother. That there are things I must not do, there are things I must do. But I had my little business that was giving me money even when I'm outside government. Now these days, destinations have become so high that even some persons who are police, they said they were not carrying POS just to raise more money. Either pressure from wife, pressure from children, pressure from their own home, making them think they must make money at all costs. And these are decades that are happening. Now you go to churches, pastors are checking your envelope of your tithe. And you see that they have, in some cases, also have not been arranged in a level that if you don't come out, people will know you don't have money to pay. All these things are strategy. People are using to raise money, coercing people to go and make money at all costs. Nobody's asking anybody question. Now with government, my brother talked about the kidnap happened in Iyowa at the time. Iyowa that you and I know is as good as Oluku, very busy. Now, for such a kidnapping, before now, you will see that enthusiasm and patriotism. Either people pursue the car, trace the car, while calling police for rescue, for assistance. These days, some police who are our brothers and sisters, who are probably avoiding the checkpoint to do what they are supposed to do, some are with pressing phone. When things are happening, we pass on the highway. Either they are pressing phone or they are only just to see how they can humiliate some persons to get money. Institutional disorderliness. You know, it's already there, and you can't do these things in a way. When before the president came in, for example, there were a lot of issues. There were flag flu in many local government of insurgents. You can't be everywhere at the same time. Since he came, how many service chief has he not changed? Once the Nigerian cry out, please, because he's a listening man. Service chief seems to have not been doing more. Change them. In 2 weeks' time, you see him change them. How many people will you continue to change? Now, let me tell you. You see in Edo State, for example, I thank God for the things you assisted us. You saw that helicopter and drones already being used by the state government. Security force being at using. This is Edo I'm talking about. Uromi at the time became an idiom. Let me tell you why it was like that. Because most indigenes have become participants of this thing. They kidnap people and hand it over to some Nigerians and foreigners to go and do and bring their return. Because one, parents are mounting pressure on children to go and make money, and all of these are money, and the one that is not money is for ritualism. I'm telling you, the society has become that bad that the desperation to make money, they kidnap people to kill them. You see one chance, you enter one chance, they carry the person away, so become mad. Don't you watch social media? You see many young girls that are assuming mad, and some are even scared. They are doing so to do what's the other name, content. And people will just carry the whole thing, expressing, okay, imagine the other day somebody just said Lagos, because kidnappers are coming, the whole schools around, everybody was running, and nothing like that. Just trying to do content creation. This issue of content creation have made many things that are not in existence to almost assume. Now, if government also start to curb on some of this, we will start freedom for information, and the freedom of information, or government is also okay. So I think the elite should not, lecturers should not go to start when you want to do your lecture work, you will fair on that government because you are part of government. First, what you should do, create the instillance of moral value on your student before you start teaching, and after teaching, remind them they own a responsibility to their country, they own a responsibility to be well behaved, and you leave. Not you go there and say, poor people, they better go and be a rich man, and at the end of the day, you give them a spirit.
Okay, before I allow my other guests to make their comments, just make a quick comment on this. Recently, Senate said there's no need to audit military spending. What's your take on that?
Now, sometimes there's no part of governance that run without a checking system. But there are periods that sometimes distractions may not be needed. Sometimes you also bring down that morale. Okay, just like you do your work, there are times for everything. Certainly there are periodic time for auditing. That is why even the legislature have their oversight, and they have their chairmen and committee members that normally do all this oversight. So, but when it becomes a public something as if trying to ridicule, then probably that was what they were not trying to be part of. There is nothing wrong because institutions run by way of auditing. Take it or leave it. Even if it's not annually, it's intervally. So that is always there. But if probably at the time it was being called for, it seems like no, we are not talking about even putting more funds into these things now. We are talking about how can we enhance the performance, bringing more ideas to make things work. But today, how many of those people who want to be president, who want to be governor, are bringing a blueprint to the table and say, oh government, let us do it this way, we can come. No, they want to say until I'm president, I will not make a recommendation. And you may never be it. Now, if you really value and you like Nigerians as we claim, let the way we are doing content with what is not existing, I know some exist, let us also do content by way of recommendation. Let's throw things off. Let's make Nigeria look beautiful. Now let me tell you, as secured ordinarily as Israel with their military strength, their border arrangements, still they were invaded. That brought the fight between them and the Palestine. They crossed in during a carnival that was happening. They packed away their young men, young girls to another country. Those are the military people they are talking about. If you want to talk of military facilities and empowerment, you go there. Now in America, I am coming. Yes. Now in America, even up to 3 weeks ago, there were still how many number of people that were killed by way of gunshot.
Military spending.
Of course, that's why I told you it's a normal thing to audit all agencies of government, especially where taxpayers' monies go. But depending on the time, and I know ordinarily there are intervals for all of that. Thank you. Not when we are trying to rescue people, we are talking about.
Okay, thank you. We'll come back to you. I want for yes. Looking at the political elites, are they helping matters? Are they assisting in calming these men out, or they are hitting the polity, creating problem?
The truth must be told at every given time. The black color remains the black color, and the white color remains the white color.
Are you saying one is superior to the other?
No. You are what you are.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
The black color is what is made of, and the black the same thing. Why did I bring up this issue? On the issue of the audit you spoke about, I think it was a few days ago, it was raised by Adams, our distinguished senator from Edo North. I used to call him Baba because he's an outstanding guy, irrespective of party affiliation. Adams Oshomole still remains one of those I look up to in this country. It's just unfortunate that where he has found himself. If few weeks ago or few moments ago, we heard about the issue of the Kebbi kidnapping. And by our standard, or what we heard about it was that before the kidnappers came, there was a phone call to the security at that time or at that place to leave. They ordered them to leave, and they invaded, the kidnappers invaded. So how do you interpret that kind of situation? To say it is the morals of our parents or whatever, that is institutional failure. When we are talking about leadership, governance, we're not talking about people that are only voted for.
Who went to kidnap
that? You every individual as a leader in all segments. You are a leader in your house. I'm a leader in my house. Yes. There are some certain things I'm supposed to do in my own house to be able to lead well, providing basic things for my children, school fees, shelter, clothes, and all of that. You know, if you look at, when we talk about failed system or failed governance, well, not particularly looking at the president alone or the governors or the commissioners alone, but looking at how some of these institutions that are being funded by government, how they behave. A few years ago, I stand to be corrected. Bola Ige was killed. Something similar to this issue of kidnapping or murder was killed, and we were made to know as at that time that he was shot and his agbada was not pierced by any bullets. And when they interrogated his orderlies and his policemen that were, they said they went down the road to eat. Before they came back, they killed their boss. I'm talking about a national figure of the person of Bola Ige. So is it not the same thing we are still talking about now? So we are not particular when we talk about the issue of some of these ill things or the inadequacies of the present government. We are not talking about Bola Tinubu alone. We are talking about, let's call a spade a spade. For anybody to still see the way Nigeria is now.
No, you talk your own. I brought the issue please. Institutional balance. Let him complete. Does he not look as if let him make his point.
For anybody to start supporting this government as if one is being peculiar about this government.
This is what I'm saying. Nobody supporting government. He should go straight on his own. Because he say, I know it's almost Collins. You have your time. You have. No, that's what I'm saying. I had my time. I never made references to any of such. Let him make his. Go ahead and hit his. Let him make. No, don't be making me look as if. Okay, go on. I'm blackmailing anybody.
If we look at the way leaders have been selected politically, because me, I'm a student of political science.
Okay.
Trained in University of Benin. Okay. My certificate is not from Harvard or Oxford or Toronto University. Yes. University of Benin. Okay. Where I sat for almost 54 exams before I was given. Before I could get my degree.
Yes.
But what we are talking about now is that if you look at what is happening, let's take Ovian Notice as an example. We have a functional, supposedly a local government chairman. We have councillors. What are they doing about the kidnapping? It's a representative government we are talking about here. We have councillors, we have governors, we have chairmen, we have
university councillors,
a representative of from the National Assembly here. We have somebody representing us in the House of Assembly. What are these people doing?
They might be doing things that maybe you are not aware. Because we've seen some of them, the way they've condemned these acts and all of that. They may be doing a lot behind.
Going to the press to condemn. That we have passed that stage now. What are you doing about it? What are they bringing to the table? You talk about the issue of some of these people, they write and present write-up. We are going beyond that. It's a representative government where you represent your people. How are you representing your people? Because the executive arm of government has actually suppressed the legislators in this country. They suppressed them. We have seen cases where the governor of a state will build houses for House of Assembly members. He will be the one to buy jeeps or cars for them and all that. What do you now expect the one representing you to bring forth to the governor or to the executive arm of the interest of the constituents?
Okay.
So you look at the whole issue is actually beyond the issue of, like he has said, to blame the president or to blame the government. But the political elites, I mean the political elites generally has actually, without fear of favor, has failed this country. And there must be, we should call it a spade and put an end to selecting political leaders that are not competent. Even the processes that we use in selecting some of these people are all in positions at all. There's no way somebody being imposed by a political party will do well in government.
Thank you very much. I want to come back to you. Felix Osigwe, what's your take on these political elites? Because you are one of the political elites. So what do you think they should really do to help curb this problem?
Thank you very much once again. You see, it's very unfortunate that our political elites are not really helping the situation, because like every other party wants to cash into this insecurity problem to begin to lay blames on the ruling party. But like you said, have they provided alternative? I think there should be an alternative opinion. Okay, since this method is not working, we have a better opinion. This is our opinion. Yeah. Let's go this way. Let's see if it will work. But you see, they are all just saying the president should resign. This is the country is dying, but they are nobody among the political elites that really providing a solution to how we can really meet this problem. Again, I think it's high time. It's high time we need to form county police and local government police.
Yes, state police.
And the federal police. There is no time. There is no time. You pray to Shomole now. Yes, I'm happy about that because he's a senator representing my constituency. He's a member of APC. He brought up the issue of auditing. So it's not every senator, every representative that is a rubber stamp. Some of them are really doing what they have to do.
It takes a lot of courage for Adams Oshomole to have that. Yes. Even the fight in South Africa. Yes. You see what he said? Yes. It takes a lot of courage to do that.
Yes. Because the president of South Africa has shares in MTN. So like I'm saying, this is the time. The State House of Assembly should be encouraged to hasten up the process of
state police,
formulation of state police. The president is doing his best. I must give it to him. The problem is, like he said, we are apart from the landmass, Nigeria is over 250 million people. It's the biggest. It's among the fourth biggest country in the world. Yeah. Look at the landmass and what have been done. And Burata some days ago was saying the contribution of Tinubu, as in he has done a lot for the military. It's just that the morals are down. We need to rejig our system because
the patriotism system
is dead. It's dead. Everybody, we don't have any patriotic. Most of even the security people are not patriotic
at all.
They're all fighting. Like, let me give you an example. I'm a child of the barracks. My father goes to work. My father only gives my mother money at the end of the month. And that money will take the family throughout the month. The only thing my father will buy when he's coming from work is bread. Bread, so that the next day we can drink tea to go to school. But now you know that you as a police officer or as a LCD, go to work, your wife will even be encouraging you to make sure you bring money.
Yes.
So anybody, the master, the policeman or the checkman wants to make money to go home. So he's not even interested in looking at the security or trying to see what is going wrong within the system. So the fact is that it is time now when you see something, say something.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's the show for this week, but I'll just allow my guests just a word. I'll start with Collins Amadi, just a closing remark.
Yes, I think Nigerians should understand the president is doing the very best he can to even initiate state police alone. It means he wants things better for the local. For him to create and say there should be independent for the local government autonomy and the legislature, I think it was a bold step that no majority has taken. So I think even when all of these are fully implemented, good governance will come to the very desk of the ordinary people.
Thank you very much.
By so doing, our leaders at home, our parents should reawaken patriotism in our children.
Thank you. Closing remarks, Awanfo.
In closing, I will still say that the Nigerian people should be very watchful and be involved in selecting their leaders. As we move towards 2027, I urge Nigerians to vote rightly, not to vote wrongly. And by 2027, the vote will count.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Once again, I commend my guests for their contribution. I also thank you for spending your time with us on the program 60 Minutes Nigeria. I'm very emotional because we want a better country. That is the essence of this program. And everyone that is involved in evil should have a change of mind so that this country can grow. You know, when we're growing up, what we hear is Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Is Nigeria still the giant of Africa? It's a rhetoric question. Thanks for being a part of 60 Minutes Nigeria. Bye-bye.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
is Anegbete community, situated in Isako Central Local Government Area of Edo State. It is an agrarian community with united people that promotes unity and oneness for peaceful coexistence. The inhabitants of the community migrated from Benin, the cradle of black civilization, a kingdom where king is truly king. The ancestors of Anegbete saw that age was the main determinant of leadership in the rural setting, and the eldest man in the settlement was regarded as the leader who presided over meetings, and his authority is held in high esteem. To further strengthen this unique system of leadership, age group evolved in Anegbete. In Anegbete, age group is categorized into two, that is the common and the noble. Anegbete is rich in cultural heritage, as the community at noon saw the commitment of the festival with the first set rolled out in beauty colors to showcase their might and strength, indicating their feet and ready for the responsibilities behold on them. The streets in the community with a feed up of young men and women adorned with the festival. Later, the royal family takes the stage as their children fight out royally and work in the community to showcase their might and fitness.
On the other side, we have the Gymnastic boys. We don't know what we want to do now. We are bringing upstairs. We are at the first floor. We don't know what they are going to do in the second floor. Always.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
That's
about.
what I said. So
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
now, if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused, or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
People barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something. You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see when they are dressing them up and dragging on both sides, you cannot breathe. And these women would stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
Is that healthy?
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.